Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant, welcome back for more of Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Last time, we took a look at the Battle Arcade here in the Battle Frontier. 1 week and a terrible cold later, we're going to be moving on to the final area here in the Battle Frontier, all the way up to the north, the Battle Tower. And I apologize in advance if I sound a little bit nasally. I feel like I've gotten over the cold relatively quickly, but I may be pushing myself in terms of this one. We'll see. And I've never seen a nurse outside of the Pokemon centers. No, I haven't actually been in this one either. This is going to be news to me, and you look particularly neat. I think we'll just go straight for the green one, because she's the one that we've been talking to this whole time. But unlike all of the other areas here, the Battle Tower is pretty straightforward. It's standard battling, essentially, so there aren't any special gimmicks or anything, and I'm going to be sticking with the team I've gone with up until this point. I've actually debated whether or not to only show off one round in here, or go as long as I possibly can, just because it is the more traditional form of battling available here, but I figure you guys could only stand so much, and so could I, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we'll be able to get through 7 battles, but we'll see. And it's the female reporter! Now, before I cut to speeding up, one thing I don't think I've stressed enough in the previous videos is that the reason most of the battles we've done up until this point were fairly easy, because they are the first set of battles that you do in these different facilities. And if you return on a winning streak, the battles will become progressively more difficult, in one way or the other. Like you had the Battle Hall, where I can't really do much of anything to this Yanma, can I? In the Battle Hall, you noticed that the Pokemon were getting more and more difficult, higher level, evolved as you went on. In the Battle Factory, they can't get much more difficult, because everybody is still stuck with the same rental Pokemon. But you start learning less and less about your opponent's team as you start getting on a winning streak. And in places here like the Battle Tower, the Pokemon you face are just going to get more and more difficult. They're going to have better movesets, they're going to be more fully evolved, they're going to have better stats, all that stuff. And some of them will actually be themed battles. So things can get pretty interesting further on. I just didn't want to spend 2 or 3 months on the Battle Frontier, considering if you think it's worth looking into, it's definitely worth going on your own as opposed to just watching somebody do it. That said, though, I don't spend all that much time in here, just because I do prefer going through the main game as opposed to the fights here in the Battle Frontier. And one of the reasons why I stressed that it's nice to have something else to do at the end of the game is because Pokemon games only allow you to have one save file, and unless you go through an emulator or something, or you delete your 100+ hour save file on the retail cartridge, there's not much else you can do. You can't replay through the game. But I have ranted on that before, so I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on it here. I'll see you guys at the end of the Battle Tower. And that's 7. That does it for the Battle Tower, and all the Battle Frontier I intend to show off. And just to satisfy my curiosity, Liz! How you doing, Liz? It's been a while since we've talked to you. Tanya? Oh, Liz. Wasting my time and theirs. Who are you? Wi-Fi battle rooms? It's a shame we can't do those. Just curious to see who you were. Now, before we break, I do want to mention one thing about how I intend to go about the last few videos of SoulSilver, just because I do want to do it a little bit differently. There are a couple of things that I want to show off that cannot be shown off until you clear the final battle. And the final battle is the last thing I want to show off in the project. So what I'm going to do is record the finale in advance, but hold off on showing it until I show off the things that you can unlock after having gone through the final battle. So the next video you're going to see will be after the finale was recorded, at which point I can show off those things that you can only unlock having won the final battle. So if my roster is a little bit different, the levels may be different, the movesets may be different, I'm not sure what else may be different, but just so we clear up any sort of inconsistencies between this point and the next video, that's why. But this is UniversalGiant, and with just about all of the extras out of the way I wanted to show off before the final battle, I'll see you guys next time, when we show off what you get for clearing the final battle, before actually showing off the final battle itself. I hope that's not too confusing. But either way, I'll see you next time.